Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. R.I.P. Ken Flores. Rest easy, my G. Rest easy. Lucky gave me a shout out, and my subscribers went up to plus 25. Hey, baby, you know what I mean? Shit, every stepping stone counts, man. Shit, I remember I used to get happy when I see, oh shit, it moved 25 followers up, man. That's the beginning stages of greatness, brother. Right there, man. Hood Visuals TV, I see you right there. Rated R, my dog. Hit that like and subscribe on the way in, homies. There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Casey. Is Casey in today? Casey.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you go, Casey. I didn't know you were in the building. You're over there in the booth.
I'm frozen right here.
You're over there in the editing booth on the other side of the building.
I'm in the elevator right now.
On the other side of the building, a.k.a. 4 feet away from me. Hey, guys. Gonies, guess what? Gonies, guess what? It's game time. Let's go. Welcome to Hood Stocks. Yes, sir. We coming in hot, baby. We coming in hot. Let's go. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Yeah. Chop City on this beat right here. Go ahead, Chop City. Do your thing, dog. Do your thing, dog. Good. I look good. Sheesh. Let's go. Hey. Somebody tapped in right there. Lisa Del Rey, I see you. Mr. Avocado, I see you. EM, I see you. Johnny M, I see you. Adrian Mota, I see you.
Grouchy Pimp.
Slow fade on a Monday, baby. Oh man, I had such a chill weekend, a really relaxed weekend, man. Just a weekend that like I wasn't required to be anywhere. Well, church. I had to go to church, so I went to church Sunday morning. Matter of fact, yeah. Happy Resurrection Day, everybody. That was yesterday. Jesus rose yesterday.
Amen.
Let's
go.
But today, he's in Vegas. Jesus. Well, we tried to get Jesus, but we were only able to find Moses.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, guys.
Everybody, give a warm welcome. This is kind of like a long overdue podcast right here. Since we started, Hood Stocks has started. This is for you guys, man. You guys been asking me to have this man on the platform, and hey, we connected the dots, and here we are right here. I want everybody to give it up for Moses Cuevas. Let's go.
Appreciate that, brother.
Absolutely, doggy. How you doing, dog? So you said something right before we went on that we kind of like started the podcast thing around the same time.
No, I've never.
Or not podcast, but the YouTube thing or something.
Yeah, social media, just in general.
Or maybe started making a little noise around the same time?
I would say. Yeah.
Okay. And so I was doing the podcast, and you were kind of like the burpee Bible guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, burpees and Bibles.
At first, I wasn't too much into the word, to be honest.
Oh, you weren't?
I wasn't saved yet, to keep it 100.
Okay, but you were still advocating for positivity.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but it wasn't so deep into the Lord Jesus.
Correct.
And now it is.
Yes,
it's
sir.
official.
Yeah.
Like a referee whistle, like Too Short.
I'm all in, sir.
You all in?
Yes, sir.
Well, first off, congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate
Congratulations. That's a huge step, man. It's a beautiful step, man. You know what I mean? And it's good that I mean you're a young dude. Is that safe to say? 20 still?
30.
30. All right. Man, you're still young, bro.
Appreciate that.
But grown.
By the grace of God,
young, but grown. Because by the time you're 30 years old, bro, you know what I mean? You've been through some things.
Yeah.
Right? You've been through, so it's like the young 30s is always like the young OG. You You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Young OGs. I always, you know what I mean? And so you're ahead of the pack in the sense of changing your life and doing the right thing, because before you were in the wrong route. Right? Is that what you were doing before?
Pretty much, you know, in the gutter, in the barrio, all that.
Were you smoking methamphetamine?
Nah, my thing
Crack?
was... Nah, never.
No.
I've experimented, never crack.
Did you like crack? Did you smoke the crack?
Nah,
Through
brother.
the soda can or through the straight pipe?
Through the pipe, you know. My thing was more lines to keep it on.
Oh, the meth?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
But my thing, I was a marijuana and beer, you know, cerveza.
Yeah.
So
It's a gateway to crack.
yeah, man.
So I'm one red cup away from smoking me some crack. Hopefully not. Would if I were smoking, if I said, you know what, fuck it, I've had a horrible day. You know what, Moses? I'm gonna go smoke this crack, but I want you right there praying for me while I'm smoking this crack. Would you do that for me?
Yeah, I would.
That is amazing, brother.
I would.
Would you try not to inhale? Like, cause secondhand smoke's a motherfucker.
I just, if you need my help, I'm there. And that's not only for you, that's for any brother.
There you go, brother. I like that, bro.
Yeah.
I like that. You seem like that type of guy, bro.
Yeah.
I was kind of like,
I don't mean to cut you off,
No,
but
absolutely.
I would hope the same for me, you know, like.
well, see, this is the problem with me, bro. You know what I mean? If you're smoking crack, I'm smoking crack, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna, and then I'll start praying crazy on the crack. You know what I mean? Like, Lord, get us some more crack.
Yeah.
You know? Can I get a witness? And then AC pops up and says,
Amen.
there you go. We're not trying to make no mockery. Sometimes it's fun to do that stuff like that because, you know, they do it in the black churches and we see it in the movies, you know, and we try to make our voices sound like a reverend. So 6 years, you started doing like the motivational, like burpees and just really being on your health and stuff.
Yeah, I barely got out of prison and stuff, and
What, 24 years old at the time?
around there, yeah, around there, yeah. Yeah. One day I had my Obama phone, a government phone, and I was living with my mom at the time in New Mexico. Shout out to my mom, I love you. And I seen the YouTube app. I went to the YouTube app, and you know how it has the camera plus sign to upload a video? I'm like, man, what does that do? I press that button, it says upload a video. I'm like, oh, you can upload a video? All right, and then I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna do some pull-ups. That was my first video ever, doing some pull-ups and just sharing my story a little bit, and that's how it began.
You're kind of like, I think Moses right here. The fuck? Hey, bro, stop that shit. Been 34 days sober off of cocaine and alcohol.
Let's go.
Come on, baby. Thank you, bro. And you know why we know you're sober? It's because you donated $1.99 and you never donate no money, Mr. American Muscle 323. So we know you'd off that shit, dog, because he's got extra money to spare, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Disposable income.
If this is what it takes for everybody, if you know what, if it's gonna take you guys to get sober to start donating money, then fucking I'm gonna throw this beer out right now, bro, because I don't want to fuck you guys up. Excuse my language.
Congrats, though, to the sobriety. Any sobriety, one day is a miracle of its own, so, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That, you know what, brother? I love that, man. I love that. That makes me happy. I can't be around dudes that are on hard drugs because then I get on the hard drugs.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a weak man. I'm a weak man, bro. I'm a weak person, dude. I think I'm so strong, though. You feel me? A lot of us do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it really deep down inside, some of the fucking toughest, baddest looking dudes, bro, are the weakest ones, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know,
I seen it.
It's unfortunate, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we quiver to the sack, not the ball sack, the dope sack. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, it's like, oh shit, need that sack. Look at Casey, timestamps, sack. The fuck out of here, Casey. So yeah, you started doing the burpee videos and stuff, and people were just like, look, you gotta have this homie Moses on. You gotta have
Yeah.
Moses on. And what I was gonna say is, you were probably one of who else was doing burpees like you, bro?
I'm gonna be honest.
Was the Burpee King doing that like you?
Shout out to the Burger King, but he came a little after me.
He did, right?
I say that humbly, you know. But he's doing his thing. Shout out to the homie, but
100%. And you know what, bro? So kind of technically, like, yeah, he calls himself the Burpee King, so we're not gonna, that's his name, bro.
Yeah.
But you're the burpee YouTube originator, dude, in a sense.
I would, you know.
Was anybody doing the burpees before you? That you remember?
There was this one guy I did see, to keep it 100. I think his name was something William.
Okay.
But that was a while. Like, damn,
But
it's been a while.
but he fell off and he's not doing it no more.
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing.
Yeah, he's probably, you know what happened to him. He went to go pray over somebody while they were smoking crack.
Right.
He never made it back. Here goes the burpees.
My thing is, I never wanted to be truly identified or for burpees, and like I feel like God has a bigger purpose and plan for me than just doing burpees. So my whole thing is I don't want to be just known to do burpees. So that's why I like to do a little bit of everything, whether it's martial arts, basketball, weights, you name it, switching it up, a little bit of everything.
Absolutely. Well, I think burpees. I wanted to, honestly, when I had the Burpee King here, I wanted to. There was one person I was thinking of that was before him, and I think it was you. When I had him on here, and because I was like, hey, bro, you kind of like the originator, right? Because I told him that. But I was thinking, I'm like, in my head, I was like, he's not the first dude I saw doing burpees on the internet. But sometimes maybe I wasn't tapped into him, you know what I mean? So I can stand to be corrected even to right now, right?
Yeah.
But the first dude that I saw that I remember doing burpees was you. And now everybody and their mama's doing burpees,
Yes,
bro.
sir. I see that, and it's cool, Shout out to everybody doing them, and,
Like fools are just doing anything. Some homie got out of the penitentiary and he had his grandma doing burpees, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
I
fool.
gotta see that.
Yeah, I was like, man, whatever it takes to get them views, baby. Fuck it, you know what I mean?
I noticed that the burpee videos do hit,
People
with the
like that,
views
bro.
and stuff. Yeah.
Why do you think that's so appealing to the
I don't know.
masses?
For me, I learned from the homies. When I was inside, and from my father, my OGs, my vets. It's a way of just for me, the way my mindset was just staying ready for war, and just staying healthy. Having that strong mindset as well. I wasn't just doing them just to do them. There's definitely a reason behind it. Just to stay ready, pretty much.
Just stay ready.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because burpees, man, they keep you physically and potentially mentally prepared because, along with keeping your health up, keeps your wealth and, your brain and everything moving correctly, It's so crazy. You know what? Go ahead, bro.
Can I say, but I do remember, like, from doing so many burpees, and this is why my philosophy on exercising is do a little bit of everything. I remember training with some guy doing weights or some other stuff as far as exercising, and man, like, I could barely keep up, so that's why I'm like, I can't just do burpees, I gotta do a little bit of everything, weights, whatever, running. Like after this, I was telling Casey I gotta run 10 miles,
After this podcast?
Yes, sir.
Can Casey go with you?
If he wants, yeah.
You're just gonna look behind you and you're just gonna see like feet and a torso chasing you because he's all,
You can see my hat,
just
dude.
long legs and a small torso, bro. Casey probably runs 10 miles,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
What the? Damn.
Yeah.
Did you work today?
I did. I worked out before I came, and
No, but you worked.
yes, sir. I got a 9 to 5.
Okay, because I seen you today do a video and it looked like you had a uniform on.
Yeah.
Okay. You look like you maybe a mechanic.
No, I work at an electrical manufacturing company.
Oh, okay.
Provide electrical towers around the world.
Electrical towers.
Yeah.
Okay, and what does that consist of? I might know a little bit about that field, maybe.
As far as I know, we partner with Edison. I just started at this company. By
Nice.
the way.
Well, congratulations, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it already sounds like a great job.
Yeah. So I'm very grateful. I'm able to provide for my daughter, save, and like I'm doing really well right now.
Very good for you.
Yeah.
So since you just started, for you to really just be thorough and tell exactly, you're just kind of like learning what you started, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. So I'm an IBW Local 11 journeyman electrician.
Really?
Yeah, I went to school for 5 years.
Nice.
And I got my state certification, brother. IBW, local. A lot of brothers, a lot of homies get out the penitentiary and they go there, bro.
Nice.
The local, man.
That's what I wanted to ask you, like, because I seen you in your vest. I'm like, I wonder what he does.
Yeah.
Because I've done construction too, but I've never union. My brother, my family have told me, man, get into a union, but
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. I used to work at I used to work in the never mind, I was gonna do a horrible joke, right? Man, I'm glad I just pulled that one in right now, bro. It was a good one, bro, but it's not the time for what I was gonna say right now. Bad joke, but yeah, let's keep it good and let's keep it cool. Got yourself a good job. You've been doing your thing for years, man. You've been staying the course. Let's get a little bit into your story, brother. This is what, and matter of fact, bro, you look out absolutely sharp, my
Appreciate
dog.
that.
You look really good, dog.
I saved this original Pendleton from OG Greenspans in Southgate. Shout out to OG Greenspans. For this, special, specific moment. So
Appreciate you,
bring it
brother.
out. Yeah, man.
It's a beautiful color, brother. It's like an oranges red with the brown, bro. Because the oranges and browns, it's like my girl will be like, oh, it's like kind of like autumn. It's autumn right now. The leaves are falling or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a freaking man. Pendletons, man.
Yeah.
They the real deal, dog. Pendletons are the real deal. Then you see a fucking fool pull up with a fucking yo-yo swap meet fucking flannel. It's like, come on, dog. You can't hang out on this side of the room. Only Pendletons on this side. $25 flannels over there, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to respect the motherfucking threads, bro.
Yeah.
If you're gonna represent the this side of the turf, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Do it right.
Yes, sir.
Look like you got some nice dress shoes on too,
sir,
bro.
man.
Yeah. Nice. Are they comfy?
They are.
Yeah.
I'm ready. So
Yeah.
to run, do what I gotta do.
Oh, those right there,
Yeah,
right?
I can do whatever.
You can go on those right
Yes, sir.
there. Yeah,
Yes,
you
sir.
can go. Those are like they're like track shoes. You know what I mean? For reals. Because when I put dress shoes on, I'm just like, fuck, dog.
Yeah.
It got a little padding on it, Well, I got some Stacy Adams, dog, and they don't really have that much padding, but you still feel like you can run fast.
Yeah. I just learned from my vets, especially my dad, rest in peace, man. If you're gonna do something, go somewhere, be presentable. It's my first time meeting you as well, you guys, so
Yeah, and I apologize too. I came in hot, bro. I was coming in hot, and you were like, ah, and I was like, ah. I mean, sometimes it'd be like that. So I apologize online. I apologize offline, bro, because I'm a grown man, and I was like, oh, that was a little fucking funky. But I was just coming in hot. Like the homie got here before me, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're chopping it all cool. We're chopping.
Shut the fuck up, bro. No one's asking you to share the story, dog. I just came in hot, bro. I was late as fuck, bro. There you go. Where you going? Why are you walking with one fucking leg shorter than the other, bro?
My pedal foot.
Somebody tapped in right there. 608 people. I appreciate you guys, man.
Thank you, bro.
There you go. Yeah, you got to
Appreciate
keep this fool hydrated, dog. Keep him hydrated.
bro.
He's going to be running 10 miles after this. You got an Anaheim, huh?
Yes, sir.
Were you born and raised in Anaheim?
I was raised, but I wasn't born. I was born in Long Beach. My roots is LA,
Okay.
especially the Southeast.
Okay.
Shout out to all the family, everybody. Yeah.
So you how was life growing up? You know what I mean? Moms and pops. Tell me a little bit about yourself, brother. 'Cause I just know the burpees, dog.
Yeah, well, my parents are both from Hawaiian Gardens, shout out to the family. They were in prison. They weren't really around. I was in foster homes, group homes, system baby, Eventually, my brother ended up adopting me. My brother from Compton, shout out to my brother. And yeah, man, eventually my parents got their stuff together. And later on, when I was a little older, I was able to form a relationship with them and forgive them, for not being there. So, but yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah. It's heavy. It's deep. You've been through some things. You've been through when individuals that young, man, it's just an emotional roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Lack of love, lack of support, lack of foundation, foster care, man.
Yeah, foster homes and the group homes. Shout out to all of them, cause there were some good ones. They took care of me and it's been an interesting ride so far. Especially when I was a teenager. Yeah, I would run away a lot. I was a runaway. I was on. That's when I eventually met the homies.
Yeah.
I got jumped in at 13 years old. I started gangbanging at 12, and you know, as a young traveso, you know, just doing the most, in and out juvenile hall camps and all that. You know, doing a little bit of all that. So I'm just grateful to be here still, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there real love? Is there real love in foster homes? Or are they just getting a check?
I think it depends where you go. I know where I was at.
I mean, is there supposed to be real love in foster homes? Maybe I should rephrase that question, huh?
I would hope so, but I've heard a lot of, and you know, I'm grateful it didn't happen to me, but a lot of things do happen behind closed doors. You know, I've heard a lot of, like, you know, inappropriate behavior.
Yeah.
I had other kids that are foster kids as well tell me, like, or you know, or their parents died, or a little bit of just different things, you know, and you would hope that you get love, but unfortunately bad things do happen.
You know, bro, that right there just kind of like struck a little bit of a chord with me, because the government is trusting these individuals that are that are filling out this application, and they're coming out squeaky clean, right? I mean, they got no record, but just because they don't have a record doesn't mean you're not a fucked up person.
Right.
You just haven't gotten busted yet,
Right.
you know? And they take these kids in, bro, and what you said, you know, inappropriate things happening. So, you know, when you say that word, we think of everything, right? Yeah. Everything possibly that can go wrong, man, you know, and then the caseworkers show up, or then they present themselves and they're this person, but behind closed doors, they're a fucking monster, bro. I wish they would give us a list of these individuals, bro, and we just fucking go in and we just wreck these motherfuckers up. Hey, how you doing? Pop, bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit gets me angry, bro. You know, taking advantage of poor kids, and they already broken, and you gonna break them some more, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit gets me hot,
Yeah,
dog.
you never know. You never know. It can be anybody, man, and
the people you less would think it is. Like, oh, no, not that person. Hell no. No, you watch out with them. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Straight up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man.
Shout out to all the, you know, foster home, anybody in the system, group homes watching, you know, stay strong and just stay positive. It's not gonna last forever.
So you kind of learned, it seemed like you learned pretty quick. You went to, I mean, not necessarily learn pretty quick. I mean, sometimes when you start that young and say you as young and been through what you've been through, that already at 30 years old, that feels like a lifetime already, right?
Yeah.
Because it's been the majority of your life. So it has been a lifetime in a sense, right?
Yeah, man. Shit, excuse my language, but man, I feel like double my age almost, you know? With the wisdom and the stuff I've seen and did, you know, I've made a lot of mistakes. I got flaws, you know, just like anyone else. But it's been a learning experience so far, and I'm grateful to be here because I've seen a lot of people die as well. And rest in peace to all of them, family, friends, homies, you name it, you know. And just to be here today, it's a good day. It's a blessed day. So
every day's a blessed day, and we can be so petty in this world too, huh?
yeah, man.
We can be just, and I am too. I'm petty. Lucky Petty Wop 2000, bro, at times, right? But at least I can admit it and admit my guilt, my, you know what I mean, where I'm wrong at. I can do that all the time, you know, because it's good to be aware. The people that can't, though, is just like,
right.
You got to watch out with them.
Gotta be careful. Yep.
You got to watch out with them.
Yeah.
Like Casey don't ever admit when he's wrong, bro. But you would never see it by looking at him. Look at him. Yeah. Casey, when was the last time you've been wrong?
I don't know.
No, seriously. He don't admit when he's wrong, bro.
I'm wrong.
Look at this is difficult. It's a real thing, bro.
Well, I don't really talk to many people really a day, so like I don't really like.
My bad.
I don't really know.
Oh, my bad, Casey. Sorry. My bad.
Well, I mean, I can think of older examples. Like I was wrong with this Roadcaster video trying to get their Duo 2.
Oh, wrong in that.
I was wrong when I brought the wrong freaking camera lens for the shoot the other day. I mean, really some minor things.
Okay. Thank you for coming clean with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, fuck, my bad.
Shout out to Casey though.
Yeah, shout out to Casey for admitting that, bro. That was tough. That was that was really, really difficult right there. You know what I mean? That was like, I felt like a fucking dental assistant right now watching someone pull that tooth out of Casey's mouth. I'm just fucking with you, Casey. Serious, but fucking with you. I was just thinking about, man, the things that we place importance on, including myself, right, in this life, you know, and we're just out of pocket. We're all out of pocket in one way or another. Everybody, right? All you people out there, man, are out of pocket because you know, the things we idolize, you know,
right.
The things we want validation for, you know, we want validation to. I was thinking about I don't want to tie this in together because it's going to tie into something else, and then people are gonna. I don't want to, but people want validation, you know.
Mm-hmm. I did
like
at one point.
for being tough. We'll use that within this community,
Facts,
right?
yeah.
Everybody wants validation for being tough, but why wouldn't we prefer validation for being righteous? You know, righteous to our family, taking care of our family.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of gangster. That's kind of tough too. I mean, so for so many years, I just wanted to be like,
right.
Let me put that tattoo right there, dog. Yeah, homie. You know what I mean? Put that one over there too, dog. You know what I mean? There we go. We looking good now, Lucky. You know what I mean?
Pass me that burner real quick. Let me go. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
that
listening.
type of activities I've never got into, sir. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the righteous, so that's key, man, and it's different, and it's a strength, and it's not a lot of men. I feel like, you know, we should definitely step up more and help other men, brothers. You know, there's nothing wrong with doing right and being righteous. You know, to me, it's a strength. You know, it's not being a follower either. I feel like it's being a leader.
Yeah.
You know,
100%. And we just, I guess it's just the culture that we live in these streets, man. And you got to be tough on these streets, though, for reals, because you get eaten up by your own. So it's kind of like the people are just doing what they got to do, and it's just kind of like maybe like a survival thing, survival tactic, you know. Even sometimes when you're in the comment section and you're trying to be super freaking tough, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, man, but still, love to everybody, man. Love to everybody. You know, we're in a time right now where the Chicano community has so many options, bro, and there's no reason for us to be mad at each other no more,
right?
Because the doors are open, bro. The comedy, the fools are finally making it rapping. Like, this is crazy, bro. Not in a million years. We always talked about the time when Chicanos would start hitting mainstream. Bro, the breaking news, they're mainstream now.
Yeah.
Chicano rappers are mainstream now.
For sure.
You know, like the opportunity is endless, bro, for Chicanos, for Raza, for Latino community. You know what I mean? Like, there is so much opportunity right now. Like, man.
Yeah.
It's a good day to be a motherfucking Mexican or Latino, whatever you are, you know, identify. Like me, a fucking mutt. Okay, I'm half and half, dog. I'm half Jew and half Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, blessed on both sides, baby.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn. Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to say too, I feel like our culture or our way of living, it's people like or they're not memorized, but like they like
Glamorized?
Infatuated?
Infatuated with our way of living, and I've seen that around the world. Like, you know, like in Asia, the Chinese, you know,
the Japanese and those Thailand,
you know,
like Chicano dudes.
Yeah, that's why I think that's, man, if we're able to do that, then the opportunities, man.
Well, bro, we make everything look cool now. Look at you, bro. Look how cool you look, bro. You do burpees and you Bible bang on you know what I mean, with some good scriptures. You know what I mean? And I say that in a positive way, not a bad way. You know, back in the day, the Bible banging was like a derogatory term.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But
I say that in a positive way, brother. You know what I mean? Because We're doing a positive podcast right now.
I do want to say too, because people have asked me, in prison, did you find God, this and that? And I want to say no. I've had a relationship with God since I was a child. I remember, going to church and having that relationship. Shout out to my Aunt Rosemary. She's like a mother figure. She planted that seed in me, and that's where it began. But I wasn't truly saved until 2023. Yeah. So.
That's good, bro. So you did what'd you go in prison for? What'd you go to prison for?
Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay, how much time did they give you?
I signed a guilty plea deal for 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
First time as an adult?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you got some love on that, huh?
I did.
Yeah, you got some love. You did your time. Yeah. You did your time. Stand with your chest high, huh? Did your thing?
I had to do it, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for you, bro.
General population with the homies, and
yeah.
I did my time out of state in the state of New Mexico, level 4, but shout out to all the homies out there, the camaradas.
Yeah. I heard those, and that was through CDC, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
New Mexico Department of Corrections.
Oh, you did time out there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I caught my case out there.
Oh, I got you. So are you kind of from out there too? You said your mom's out there, no?
No, I'm not.
Oh, so you caught the case out there?
Yeah.
Did you go out there and try to do good?
I was.
Tell me about New Mexico, bro. What the hell happened right there, though?
There ain't really much going on out there. Shout out to everybody from New Mexico.
I love New Mexico. Yeah. We got a lot of love Mexico.
But the chili's good. They got some good chili. Shout out to my stepfather. He has some acres out there. He's a farmer.
That's it.
So,
what took you out there though? Like, how old were you?
Shoot, I was like 18, 19, and originally I had my family, and I just wanted to give my family a better life and also be there for my mom. And I have a little sister that has Down syndrome, Aurora. Shout out to my little sister. So I wanted to, help and get my head straight too, because I was out there, still being a knucklehead on my BS,
So, but you cut the time out there. She went out there to help, but you ended up messing up.
Yeah.
And
then messing with the wrong people, and started drinking alcohol, and just fell back into my old ways, sinful ways, bad behaviors and all that. So I'm glad, because the dude almost died and he didn't die. So I'm glad I didn't get no attempted murder or murder. So I think I just caught that from the grapevine, and I'm glad I'm here today, because it could have been worse.
Okay, so this is good. This is good in the sense of the turn of this conversation, because now I'm intrigued in something, and that is, how is it doing time in New Mexico? And before you say that, I want to tell you that I went to San Antonio, Texas, to visit my dog Danny from La Conecta. Shout out to La Conecta. Shout out to all of Texas, man. Love for Texas.
Shout out to Tejas.
Yeah, and then so when we cut back, bro. We cut back through the top side of Texas, so we can cut through the middle of New Mexico. And so we stopped at the spot where they got the UFOs.
Roswell.
Yeah. I stayed in it, man. I got my car wash and an alien car wash. Everything was aliens right there. Yeah. Everything was aliens. And then we went, finally got through, went to the main New Mexico, and I actually have family in New Mexico. Like when I was a child, we went and did a family reunion in New Mexico, because when my family came over from Mexico, they called it like the first frontier or something like that. And it was when the first time, like I gotta say this correctly, bro, but when Mexicans went from Mexico to New Mexico, and there was a certain big group of individuals that made that trek, so to speak. You know what I mean? And my family was a part of that, So I have a lot of the Nunez.
That's crazy, small world.
Yeah, the Nunez family, you know what I mean? In New Mexico is my family.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Nunez's family, but we went to this, when I was a kid, we went to a big family reunion, huge, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this is all our family?
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Me and my cousins from out here, we all drove out there. It was cool. But anyways, when I was out there, Roswell, and then we cut through the main thing, and then we went to this little town that was so cool, man. It was like the downtown New Mexico, where they got like the old school style, where it's like almost horses. It's like a little town in the middle. There's a park.
Oof.
I forget.
There's a few of them. There's a few little towns like that. That's why.
Okay, so let's name some. Okay, so Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Yeah.
Cruces on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when we first cut through.
And that's actually where I did my time, is Las Cruces.
Okay,
out
man,
there.
that's by the border, right?
Yeah, that's borderline El Paso, Texas.
Yeah.
And then you got Waters right there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Bro, they fucking got me, dog. I went from so there's Arizona, then you hit New Mexico real quick, a small patch of New Mexico, and then you hit Texas.
Yeah.
Then you hit Texas. What part of Texas is that? That's El Paso, Texas. No, that's not El Paso, Texas. That is it El Paso, Texas? It's the bottom of Texas, where the border's at. Fuck, what's the name of that shit? Somebody help me out real quick.
Right now.
But as soon as I crossed into Texas,
Yeah.
beep,
Yeah.
fucking, bro, like they said, road work so-and-so ahead, right?
Yeah.
Slow down. I just stayed with the traffic. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
this motherfucker, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we stick out for sure. They don't know if we're from California. Like our style and lingo is just a little different compared to them out there. They got like cowboys and stuff out there, and not everybody, but yeah, it's just a little different for sure.
I don't know if I'm tripping, Moses, but it seems like Southern California just never ends, bro. Like you can just ride the streets and just continue riding the streets, and you're just gonna hit all kinds of, you know what I mean? You're gonna hit Filipino town, you're gonna hit Armenianville, you're gonna hit
Thai town,
Chinatown, Baba. Everybody got a little spot out this way,
Yeah.
bro. You feel
Yeah.
me? And I say those just to make the point of that. Everybody's got a little town, a little spot out, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. But when I was in New Mexico, all right, bam, we hit the main. What is the Albuquerque, New Mexico? Albuquerque, is
That's like their main city, kind of
Okay.
like LA out here.
okay? So I was in Albuquerque, and so bam, came through all this beautiful green forest from Roswell, right? Albuquerque, bam, dip into Albuquerque, and it seemed like we just dipped into it, and it was, it was a nice town, bro. And then it had like the New Mexico type of style of houses in a
Yep.
sense. Is
Yep.
that right?
Yep.
Like flat roofs.
Yeah. Yeah, they're I remember having one actually when I was out there. They're like the one I had was renting out. It was like Adobe.
There you go.
Yeah, but it was like how you say it was like flat. I remember going on the roof. Yeah. Their style of houses are different for sure. The
kind of a
landscape too. The landscape is a little different.
And they had so much stuff. Like they had so many, like, so we went to this part of this little town in Albuquerque that had all these like just beautiful things made up that way. Like vases and
Yeah.
kind of stuff that you would get in Mexico.
Right.
It might be from
Oh,
Mexico.
yeah,
I don't know.
For sure. Like the pottery and
The
stuff.
pottery and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah. And
Yeah.
if you got kids, bro, kids were automatically like, I want a pot. I mean,
Yeah.
like, what the hell you want a pot for? I mean,
Yeah.
shit. We'll start mowing the lawn first.
Right.
But yeah, we got some. I say all that to say that we got some cool souvenirs from there. Like I got some pottery sitting in my living room
Nice.
from there.
Thank you.
So you get caught up there, fucking up. And how was the system? You go into the system. What's that system looking like?
It's different. Yeah, it's the
Well, you say it's different, but do you have somebody to compare it from, or different from what you hear the system is out this way?
I would say just the politics in a way. I don't want to get too much into that, but
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I don't want you to either.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it's different. As in, like, is there a group of homies out there?
there is, but there's not a lot of us.
Okay,
There's
and
not.
so is it majority native?
No, that's the majority. Like depending on the city you're in. Like for example, if you're in Las Cruces, they got their own car, their own.
Yeah, New Mexico car.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's majority of probably them. Yeah.
Are they cool people?
When I was there, they're cool. They kept it cool. We were me and the homies were. There was only a few of us, but we stood our ground. So
Absolutely.
It was all respect,
Yeah, and
but-
I don't want you to.
Yeah.
You know what? Even if you have a bad story to share, don't share it because that's just one isolated incident.
Yeah.
Incidents because we have so many. We have so many homies from New Mexico that support this
Yeah,
this
it's all
platform
love.
right here. So I love you guys, man, and I don't want homie to share a bad story.
I will
'Cause
say-
it's not a representation of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Appreciate
a
that.
group of people. You know what I mean?
They did show love though. They
Yes,
showed love. They showed
absolutely.
love, for
Hey,
sure.
I got busted in Arizona, bro, one time, and I did time in Arizona. And some of the homies from Arizona don't like fools from California. Let's be honest.
Right.
But some of them showed mad love, bro. So
Yeah.
it's just, you know, what I mean, it is what it is, dog. That's the way it goes. When you're in someone else's backyard, not everybody's gonna love you, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I
for
mean?
sure.
You're in their neighborhood. You're in their backyard. What are you doing in our neighborhood? Act right, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck all them tattoos. Like, I'm talking about you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah. So I get that, and I ain't mad at that at all. I ain't mad at that at all, bro. How is it doing time right there? Is it cell living? Is it dorm living?
Where I was at, they moved us around. I was in like a medium high for violent charges and crimes. I was in there with murderers, you know, and all that. But guys, you know, aggravated assaults with deadly shooting and
Violent.
But-
You were there with violent
charges. Yeah,
Yes.
violent charges. And at one point we were in a dorm, but they moved us to like cell, you know, in cells, 2-man cells, sometimes 4-man cells.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that state is that county?
County.
County.
And also, actually, in Las Cruces right there, they have feds. So the feds were with us too. They had federal holding right there. So the feds were in there too. So it was like a mixture of feds and, yeah. But it was interesting.
How was the food? Since it's federally, it's half feds. So is it federally funded?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Well, I'll tell you right
That's
now
a
if it's
good
federally
question.
funded. So if there was federal inmates there, then it was federally funded.
I would assume, yeah.
Okay, so how did you know some of the inmates were federal inmates?
Their jumpsuits.
Okay,
They're green and we're wearing orange, and they had us together. We're together.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
it was a
interesting.
trip. It was a trip.
So
yeah.
how was the food then? And that's another way I'll tell you if it's
the
federally
food
funded.
was it was alright. I mean, I got used to it, so
Well, or for dinner, what's the best dinner they have?
I don't know why. Probably because I've been fasting and
Have you been fasting
cutting
right
weight.
now?
Yeah, I'm
Good for
cutting
you, bro.
weight, and I don't know why a cake though. The cake just pops in my head, man.
It was good.
Cake, potatoes, like beans, green beans. You know, it wasn't the best, of course, but you know, something like that.
Absolutely.
They had commissary. You know, all that. So.
I got myself. You're talking about the food, and I was thinking about this one prison that I was at, and sometimes in California. I don't know why, man. Well, obviously we're getting California CDC is getting probably these big contracts from, say, a big chicken ranch, right? Mm-hmm. And so a lot of our chickens, bro, on the plate, they would still have like a feather on it, bro.
Damn.
Like a wilted feather, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like, damn, homie, you gotta still pluck this chicken, bitch.
Yeah.
Are you still plucking a cooked chicken? You know what I
How
mean?
was it though?
It was good.
It was good?
Yeah,
Cool.
it was good. I mean,
Was it like roasted or like baked or like?
you know what? It was. I would say baked. Yeah, it was baked chicken. I would say baked, put it in the oven. That's baked,
Yeah.
right? Baked. Yeah. I don't think they. You know what I mean? Maybe they threw a little bit of salt on it or something.
sure.
Maybe, but they gave us a little salt packet.
Was it like the chicken legs?
It was a chicken leg. Yeah, chicken leg. Sometimes you get the chicken leg with the thigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that motherfucker would. It kind of grossed me out though, bro. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I
Was all slimy?
not. I mean, sometimes it would be slimy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be slimy, but So we were having this conversation yesterday, and I think my cousin, Mr. One Free Shot, said that someone said that why is there let me say this correctly. Why is there a shortage of eggs but not chicken? Remember, Casey?
Yeah.
And what did my cousin say?
I don't remember what
He said because a lot of the chickens are like artificially made or something. Like, and they said that chickens that are made in this scientific form,
Right.
it can't lay eggs.
So
I
it's like
believe it.
sterile or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like these fucking just buff ass fucking chickens, homie. They can't even bust a nut, bro. They can't
Right.
even bust an egg, dog. Fuck.
Because it cracks in their fucking shit. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
so
'cause
buff.
they just got fucking some buff ass little chicken cheeks.
Can't do nothing, huh?
Chicken cheeks. You guys better stop messing around, man. I see that right there, man. You guys are up to no good. See what that right there, baby. Hector Salazar, I love you, my dog. Thank you for that beautiful comment right there.
Shout out to everybody tuned in.
Yes, shout out to everybody tuned in. A lot of people tuned in for Moses, man. 854 people,
Appreciate
man.
that.
That's a lot of love, bro. And so,
What was the moment that made you say like I'm done living like this in prison?
Oh man, I know exact moment too. It's when I walked out of my cell, and they let us out for to come out, and I just remember walking out of my cell and looking around, and I'm like thinking to myself in my head like, man, and I questioned this to myself like, man, do you really want to do this for the rest of your life? The same smell, the same doors, the same people you have to see every single day. And some of the guys were in there, some of the homies were in there for murder.
yeah.
They're doing life. And I remember them, shout out to the OGs, the veteranos, because I listen. I love listening to the older people because they're the wisdom. But they would tell me, don't come back to this, youngster. Don't come back to this bullshit. And I would listen, I would take it in, and it made me think, and yeah, just coming out that cell one time, and I just remember looking around, just taking a good look at everything, and just thinking like, man, do you really want to do this for the rest of your life? I'm like, nah. I'd rather be out there, be outside with my family, enjoying life,
100%, bro. And you know what the crazy thing is? I asked myself that a gang of times.
Yeah.
And I said the same thing you did. But then I went out and I did the opposite,
Right.
And I ended back in, and it's just like they call it the revolving door.
Yeah.
It's a cycle. This just gets out of hand. And next thing you know it, you got X amount of years in there. And next thing you know it,
They add up, right?
You're getting your GED at 35 years old in the penitentiary. I mean, that was me, right? But it does add up, and time does go by fast. And thank God that I was able to utilize such a trying time in my life for something good now, which is the podcast. I mean, because I said I got to do something with it. Oh shit, I'm gonna get 40th birthday. Okay, oh shit, I'm gonna pass. Go past go. You know what I mean? Like I got to do something with it.
Yeah.
And if you're a smart dude, you want to, or if you're a good-hearted person, you want to do something with your experiences. And I was like, well, I'll be alcohol and drug counselor. And I was like, but damn, I love alcohol and drugs. I can't do that. You know what I mean? Being a little bit of funny, bro, and I know it's not very funny to you, and I get it,
cool.
bro. But and then I was like, fucking, I'm gonna be a
Used car salesman.
I'm gonna be a pastor because I like doing the reverend voice. You know what I mean? Can I get away? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just like, nah, man, I can't stop sinning. Life's gonna be boring, But I was able to start this podcast up, and I can still be me a little bit and promote,
Right.
entrepreneurship, promote change in your life.
Definitely.
Have great individuals like yourself that have,
Appreciate
that got a head start in comparison to some of the homies that get, older, bro. And some of us learn later on in life. Thank God that you learned when you learned. Everyone learns when they learn.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everyone's time is their time.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Just because you got it together, you say you're mid-20s, or you got out when you're 24 or something like that, right? You know what I mean? You've been doing what you've been doing, greatness, right? Inspiring people. People know your name, for positive, something positive, opposed to like, this motherfucker owes me $20, you know what I mean?
Right.
That motherfucker came to my house, took a shit in my toilet and stole my VCR,
Stole the toilet paper. Man.
Stole the toilet paper, yes.
Yeah.
So people know you for positive stuff, and that's why you're here today, brother. You know what I mean? Because, you've been going strong. I've been watching you from afar, and I'm like, damn, the bro is still going.
I've been watching you too for a while, and I remember people asking in the comments on your posts, like, man, get Moses on there.
Yeah. So many times, bro.
Yeah, I remember. And I think just the timing is now. Just good timing, and
I'm glad it's good timing for you because it's good timing for me.
yeah.
In the sense of just like, here we are,
Some things don't need to be rushed, I feel.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing about me and you. You're not a rap artist.
No.
And you've built your platform.
Right.
You've built a following, a loyal following.
Yeah. I gotta give a shout out to everybody too, man, that's been messing with me since day one. All love, and I'm in this with you guys. So shout out to my brother Lucky for having me out and to share my testimony.
Absolutely.
All
So
glory to God.
all glory to God all the time. Yes, sir. So God knows my personality. He knows me because why? I'm his son. I'm his child, you know? And I pray to God humorously,
Yeah.
you know?
Actually, I have a gift for you, brother.
Okay.
I don't know if I was gonna do it at the end, but I did bring you something.
Okay.
God put in my heart to give it to you,
Thank you, brother.
and it's a little pocket Bible.
Oh, that's nice, bro.
It's brand new. I usually give this to the classes I host. I do
Yeah.
faith and fitness classes.
Is this just Psalms and Proverbs?
Yeah, it's the New Testament, but
Why does it New Testament Psalms and Proverbs? Why? Sometimes Psalms and Proverbs not in the New Testament?
I think it's more preference, you know.
Okay.
But I know the words are kind of small, but
I love Psalms and Proverbs. That's probably two of my favorite books.
I wanted to bless you with that, and even if maybe one day someone else may need it, you know, you can pass it on.
100%, brother. Thank you so
No, I
much.
appreciate
my dog.
that.
I appreciate you. I seen you. I was on my way over here, and I was coming in hot, bro. And I was freaking.
Yeah.
You know, me and you are the same in a sense. Like you work today, I work today, and you know, sometimes doing this, man, this is kind of like just, I don't know. Anyways, I was coming in hot, and I was looking at your Instagram, and I saw you at a park, and I believe you gave two young gentlemen a Bible each and a book, and then you prayed for them. I mean, is that something that you do randomly?
I barely started doing it, brother. I was thinking about like, oh, why should I like? I was thinking about what other people would think, you know, and caring what the others may think, you know. And I just came to a point, Lucky, that I'm like, you know what? Who cares? Do this for God. He's been there for me. He has never let me down. You know, I'm doing this all glory to Him. I don't want nothing from it, like no recognition, none of that. I'm just passing the message along. That's all. You know, and I'm doing it because it feels right, you know, and it's because of him I'm here.
How do you, bro? Help me on this right here. Help me understand that feeling, your feeling. You know, help me understand this, because I've had a lot of individuals that have sat across me and they've given me 1,000% the same frequency you're giving me. And this is like a real feeling. Yeah. This is not a made up. You're not auditioning for a role for a movie right now.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm looking you with dead in the eye, bro, through my sunglasses, bro. Prescription glasses. Okay, Casey. And you seem dead serious, bro. You know what I mean? I know you're dead serious. Yeah. You real about this. You real in the field with this.
Yeah. I'm willing to die behind it. I was willing to die behind my gang, but that ain't the case no more. Shout out to the homies. I love y'all, but I got a new purpose and calling, and you know, I fear no man but God, and if God wants me to come home, I will. You know, and I think the feeling you're talking about is the Holy Spirit and the love of God. You know, and the love of Jesus. You know, not to sound cliche or nothing, but it's real. There's been many times when I wanted to give up or say F it, fuck it all, you know, and go on a rampage, whatever it is. But the feeling, the Holy Spirit, the love, and that made me really think, you know, then that's over, you know, my kids, you know.
Do you feel, the love is over your kids?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And and really, that's the way it's kind of supposed to be, right?
Yes, sir.
Your love for God is over your kids. Ooh. Yeah. That's I like that you said that, but you're speaking from your heart.
Yeah.
Not a lot of individuals would say that out loud. Your devotion, your love is real. What point in your life did the Holy Spirit enter? You would say kind of like consumed you, enter your soul, and just took over in a sense, right?
Yeah, when I was saved and baptized.
But what led up to that? How did it lead up to that?
Just surrendering, and you know, being homeless, living in my truck a few years ago.
A few years ago?
Yeah, not too long ago.
Why were you living in your truck homeless?
To be honest, you know, I had to leave a bad, I won't say bad, but a turbulent situation. And I had to make a decision. Either I'm gonna stay where it's really rocky and it's not going really well for both parties, you know, or you're gonna make a change. You're gonna take a leap of faith, and I had to do that. I did that, and I was nervous. I didn't know what was gonna happen. You know, it was a big step for me to walk away like a man, instead of being in the toxic environment. That I may have created, or vice versa. Because I take responsibility. I made a lot of mistakes.
It sounds like you're talking about a relationship that went bad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Those are tough, bro.
Yeah.
Relationships are tough, especially sometimes. I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna. It could be both individuals'
Yes,
faults.
sir. Both parties.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I did that.
So it put you in a vulnerable situation where
It
you
did.
were homeless, you were in your truck.
Yeah.
And where's your family at? You don't have someone to fall back on?
I did, but it was to the point where I'm older already. I'm not a teenager. I did that when I was a teenager.
You don't want to be a burden to your family
yeah,
anymore?
Man, I'm a grown man. I'm like, man, enough is enough. It's time to man up, really. And it took that and a lot of prayer and surrendering, and crying out to God to keep it real, And He answered my prayers. He was there with me the whole time.
Amen to that, brother. You know what? When you don't have nobody else, and sometimes when you feel like you don't have anyone to lean on, do you have anyone to lean on, like a family member,
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, but like you said, sometimes you don't want to burden your family with maybe some bullshit you're going through, or some life stuff. I don't want to call it bullshit, just real life stuff that we all go through, right? But you found yourself at a very, very vulnerable place where you were yelling out for God?
Praying and surrendering. Yeah, crying out. Yeah, yelling, crying out. Yeah. All that.
Well, yeah.
All the emotions,
100%, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't mean to you were on a cliff, God, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just saying
I have, though.
Have you?
I have.
Sometimes, brother.
Yeah, I have.
That probably feels good, too.
It does.
When you don't got to worry about anybody judging, look at that fool over there. He yelling for God. He's smoking crack for sure.
Yeah. For sure. It's like they say, they say for men not to cry, but man, I think scientifically it's healthy to let it out, and not just with tears or whatever, but yelling too. That's what I say to them. But the people I train, let it out. This is the time to let any emotions you may be holding in, whether it's anger, anything, anxiety, let it out in these exercises, this routine. This is the time to, if you have to yell, if you have to cry, whether it's male, female, this is the time. Let it out.
Are you emotional, dude?
I won't say emotional, but I got a heart. I got love. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I'm a little bit emotional, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying emotional like I cry during movies, but I have, dog. You know what?
Too, man.
You know what, bro? Check it out. I'll be honest with you.
Bambi,
I ain't gonna
dog?
lie. No, huh?
Bambi, who?
Bambi.
Real quick, can I say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. I shed some tears. I think yesterday, Sunday, Easter.
Okay.
I watched the movie King of Kings, the little kid movie.
Okay.
Oh, I heard that's a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm like, I had a few tears. I'm like, dang, but yeah.
What was
Shout out to Jesus Christ. Amen.
What was help me out real quick, guys. Some righteous monkey put our emotional cartel. What's the movie? Help me out, guys. Chat, I need your help right now, guys. 914 people need your chat. There's a movie about it's the 1900s. There's the big recession going on. The dude was a boxer, right? He's got a fight.
Cinderella Man?
Cinderella Man. So I'm in Calapat 4-yard, right? We're on lockdown. Who was my celly? I'm trying to think who my celly was. But anyways, I had a few cellies during that run. And Cinderella Man was on the TV for the movie weekend or something they had, right? And I sat up in my bunk, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because as a man, right, you fight. You know what I mean? I identified with the dude because he was the pain, the struggle, fighting to survive. You know what I mean? That's been my whole life, man. I ain't gonna lie, that shit got me a little teared up in the cell, dog.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm somewhat of an emotional dude too. And then they say, if you believe in the signs, they say Pisces are like that. I don't know, dog. But anyways, let's not get into all astrology and shit. But You seem. I asked you that question. I'm sorry, bro. I fell a little off track, but I asked that question because you seem a little like kind of like a deep dude. That's kind of like you can be potentially maybe in your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A deep thought. You seem like you're in a deep thought right now.
Yeah. Just thinking about everything, you know, that's happened so far in my life, and it's been pretty interesting and a humbling experience, you know.
Give a shout out to him right there.
I'm
bro.
just happy to be here and to be alive and to learn, you know. I'm always learning. I'm open to learning. I can learn something from you, from Casey, from you guys, and I value that. I'm just, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I've been sober, thank God, and being sober has changed my life. Lucky, like for the better, brother.
Absolutely.
My life has gone better since, and
bro, I'm damn near sober, bro.
it's good.
I know. I drink a beer right now, bro,
good.
but
Yeah.
I'm damn near sober.
Yeah.
Like in comparison.
I believe you can.
Yeah.
You are gonna do it. You can do it when you want.
And it's changed my life dramatically.
Really?
The changes,
Yeah.
the choices. I'm sorry.
Right.
The choices
Same.
are huge,
Yeah.
bro. I'm telling you everything. Diet, bro. You wanna lean up. You wanna get healthy. You gotta stop drinking, bro. Because you get drunk, and what do you want to do? You smoke some weed. You eat up the whole refrigerator. You don't give a fuck. Fuck it. I'll take it today off, tonight off. I eat everything up.
Yeah.
You can't stay. It's hard to program like a good disciplined program, but you're drinking alcohol or you're smoking the greens. That's hard, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, for real. It's hard to stay disciplined when you have things that will derail your stable mindset.
Yeah.
You know, from what you're focused on. You know, because then you get a little blurry vision, and then you just slip up
Yeah.
and fuck up.
That's, you know, you're absolutely right. Cause I noticed that with boxing. I do a little boxing, and
I seen you, dog. You doing some like Muay Thai?
I am.
That's dope,
Yeah.
bro. Hell yeah.
I'm actually my fight's coming up in about 2 weeks. My first fight.
Oh shoot.
So I've been training hard.
Congrats,
and,
brother.
Yeah, thank you. And
Yeah, I've trained Muay Thai before. It's fun, bro. It's
Yeah.
fun, dog. The clinches,
Yes,
you clinch
sir.
them, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
The you know, you always got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got this one coming up. You know what I mean? Kick forward. You know what I mean? Bop. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. It's a good.
Yeah. I noticed though, cause I would smoke weed or drink either before or after training. Not anytime recently, but before. It just wasn't the same opposed to being sober and training, you know. So there is definitely a difference, you know. If you're gonna do it, do you know, give it your all and be pure about it. As
Yeah.
far as like training, whether you're an athlete or just to get right, you know, healthy lifestyle, it's worth it. You're investing in your health, and you can never go wrong with that.
You can never go wrong with investing in your health. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I feel like I was so this is what I do, Moses. I swear to you, this is what I do, bro. I eat bad,
Yeah.
and then there's this app called Amazon, right? And you can order all these enzymes and probiotics, and you can get this one thing that takes all the metals. Your body's filled with metals. Take 4 of these, and it's like metal shit. I see nothing but shit flying out. Bro. So I do this, Moses. I eat like a pig, and then I'm like, all right, time to get it out, you know? And then I take these pills and I blow it out, bro. I blow like 15 pounds of shit within like 8 hours.
Yeah. What pills are those?
Prune juice.
Prune juice does it too.
Yeah.
They used to before 99-cent store closed, bro. That little bootleg prune juice they had right there.
I've tried that before.
Was the most fiery.
Yeah.
Bro, no prune juice hit like that prune juice. When my girl would see that, she'd be like, "Fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck you." You know what I mean? And I would just blow the fucking thing the hell out, bro. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's my tactic, bro, of like, oh, you know what I mean? And it's stupid, bro. It's just like, just eat healthy, luck.
Yeah, man, I'm doing that right now, and it's been. I love to eat too, Lucky, and man, the discipline. Cause I've been eating nothing but salads and fruits and vegetables. It's been a change for me. I'm trying to do better with my diet, cause I love to eat anything, you know. But I'm seeing better results. I do feel better. I feel cleaner energy, and
Yes.
yeah, that's the things I've noticed, and I I do get a little hungry a little frequently, but I'm working on that. So I'm experimenting a little bit right now with all that.
I did, man. I'm always trying to reset my eating habits, and it's by taking those pills, and I'll clean myself out, and I'll be just like feel super lighter. My knees feel good,
Right?
You know? And then you want to maintain that, right?
Yeah.
You want to maintain that newfound energy, that clean energy. You call it clean energy,
Yes,
and I can 100% agree with that because I've experienced that clean energy. And I disrupted my clean energy this morning because I work in downtown LA. I went to Whole Foods. And I got a little something they make right there. They wrap it up, a little bean and cheese burrito, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest for you, bro. But sometimes we were construction.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
gotta get.
it's
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
it's grab and go, bro.
Yeah.
I believe it's harder for construction workers to maintain a disciplined diet,
Yes.
especially if you have a grueling job and you're working grueling hours.
agree.
You know, it's so hard for me, brother. But so I grabbed the bean and cheese burrito, which would have been just perfect. You know what I mean? It's made by Whole Foods. It's probably better than, say, a microwave one that I can buy there, right? And then on my way out, I see this fucking delicious brick, bro, of a fucking Rice Krispie treat, dog. And I was like, God damn it, that shit looks delicious.
Yeah.
And so I bought it, bro.
Yeah.
I bought it. And so I ate the bean and cheese burrito, and I felt good. You know, I still feel like I had some of that clean energy in a sense.
Yeah.
And then I ate that brick.
Yeah.
And then it just like
that's what
pop.
did it.
It popped it down, bro. All of a sudden I had a sluggish energy. It is so important what you put in your body. And the fasting, they say fasting is the best way, or the closest way to get to God.
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yes, sir. I've done it. I'm not supposed to announce it, but I am kind of doing it right now.
You're fasting right
And
now?
I do feel I feel it. Yeah. It's like another level. Like it brings you this, like, how can I explain this? Like the spider senses, it becomes more stronger, you know? So
Your senses are heightened, huh?
yeah, spiritually as well. And I feel good. It feels good. You know, it's hard. It ain't easy, you know, but yeah, I recommend fasting to anybody.
And how deep are you in fasting right now?
Shoot, I'm like, what, 2 weeks in?
Oh, wait, what, huh?
Yeah,
2 weeks what?
of fasting.
What do you mean?
Of
14 days.
cutting out all the like bad stuff, you know. I'm still eating,
Okay.
but not like,
What'd you say, 14 days?
Well, yo, you said like,
I'm
Yeah,
saying what he's
there's-
saying. Has he not ate?
yeah, no, that'd be crazy. I gotta eat. I gotta
Yeah.
eat something.
Okay.
But yeah, there's different ways of fasting, of course. But yeah,
And so tell me the way you're fasting right now.
none just but pure salads, really, and fruits.
Yeah, because sometimes people fast, they'll do a juice diet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so they'll fast from everything else and just do juices, right?
Right now, I'm about to hit smoothies, and I'm about to knock the salads out. I'm working on it, and just smoothies and see how it goes.
Damn, bro.
Trying to cleanse and all that, you know.
You look good, brother. I mean,
Thank
you. But you're 30 years old, bro. So you're still like your
I-
body's like a machine still,
Yeah.
bro. Like it's like a chipper machine. Like
Yeah.
you ever put wood in a chipper machine,
Yeah.
throws it
No,
out.
I've never done it, but I've seen it.
Yeah, so that's how when your body's is young, like I'm not trying to like, I'm 48, bro, and I feel it, dog. I'm starting to feel 48. My knee was fucked up last week, dog, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was limping at work. They're like, what's wrong with you, old man? And I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm good, fool. I got to tighten up muscle right here, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's shit like that's never happened to me before, bro.
Right.
I want to do things, and anyways, but that's a lot of my fault too. Because
Right.
as you see, you know what I mean? I'm overweight, bro. I need to fast like you, dog.
Yeah.
I just don't have the mental strength right now. To be
Start
honest,
little by little.
I'm undisciplined, brother. And I have kids and I have a family at the house.
I feel you.
And it's food. My girl is always in the kitchen cooking something. That's hard, bro.
Yeah.
You know? I got to get her addicted to meth for like 2 weeks or something like that so she stop cooking all that good food.
Family fast.
Family fast. And they hate when I do that to her because I go on keto. Keto is like, ketogenic is the best. It makes me feel great, brother.
Yeah.
Like a high protein diet, just meats and no carbs.
I've heard of it. I've never done it, but I'm curious though to Shoot, I might even try it one day too.
You should try it.
Yeah.
You should try it.
It's just nothing but meat, right?
Yeah, it's just meat. It's just no carbs. No carbs, no sugar.
Yeah, I haven't ate no bread.
You put your body into a ketosis, your body into ketosis, and when I do that, oh my, like you can go. So when people start a keto diet, and you're in the transition of putting your body into ketosis, you can go through like a down what do they call it, withdrawals.
Yeah.
Withdrawals, because you're kicking sugar, bro.
Right.
Sugar's a motherfucker,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, definitely. I felt it too when I stopped drinking the sugar and eating all that. You know, especially with my coffee, or you know, I love desserts too, man. I'm not really picky. I'll eat anything, but that was the hard one. Like my little, the little coffee cakes.
Oh yeah, those are bomb, bro.
Yeah, so I'm like, I gotta stop all that. But sugar though, it's like a drug almost.
Oh yeah, get some dopamines going, bro. You get a little pop of that sugar, just like period, bro. Like yeah, it is a drug, dog. Because when I saw that Rice Krispie treat, you know. I had guilt buying that thing, like just like a drug almost. Like I know this ain't good for me, you know. This, I mean, it's obviously far from a drug, but it is. It gets the dopamines going, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And you fiend for it. That sugar, you know.
Yeah. I seen one the other day too, a Rice Krispie. I'm like, man, I was looking like, man, this shit sucks, man. But I gotta do what I gotta do.
I don't really like trick out for no Rice Krispie treats. Like I'm not like, hey dog, you know how to get lucky? Bust out a Rice Krispie treat. Like, nah, homie, that's not a. But this Rice Krispie treat was no ordinary Rice Krispie treat.
Right.
This was a Whole Foods Rice Krispie treat. There was like a fucking brick, and then it had like a layer of just beautiful fucking just.
Yeah.
They just fucking. They sculpted it with just layers of just. Yeah. Goodness on it, dog. And it as good as it looked, it was good as it was when I took it out the package. But I got to refrain from doing that stuff, man. But back to the construction. It's hard. But you know what? I can't blame it on construction because I was off for 9 months, Moses. Before I went back to work a couple months ago. And I was undisciplined too, bro. So it's not even work. It's just me.
Right.
I'm undisciplined, bro.
It starts with us.
Yeah. I'm a glutton, dog. You know what I mean? I got money to eat.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, some people got money for Lamborghinis. Right. You know, I got money for burgers and tacos. Like I can go anywhere and get any taco, any burger right now. I got that money.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I can afford any burger right now. Where's the good burger at, dog? I can afford that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people can afford Lamborghinis and prostitutes, dog. I can't. Huh?
Yeah.
Let's go to Tacos Los Cholos. Get them ribeye tacos, baby.
Ribeye tacos.
Yeah. Them prime ribeye tacos.
Where's that at?
Where's it at again, though?
There's one in Huntington Park. There's one in Fullerton.
That sounds
HB.
good. Sheesh.
Tacos Los Cholos.
Dang.
Lucky's
you want to pay some bills real quick?
Yeah, let's pay some bills. We're gonna pay some bills, brother, and we'll be right back with Moses. All right?
Okay.
Good? You cool, dog?
Yeah.
Okay,
You can go to the bathroom if you need to.
Yeah, we gotta use the restroom, brother. And by the way, dog, my name is Jeremy Colos.
Oh, all right, brother.
That's
nice
my name,
to meet
dog.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
absolutely.
You.
This dude, when I first came, he's like, "What's your government name?" You know what I mean? And I was like, So I was all perplexed and stuff.
So take me to dinner first. Moses.
Yeah.
Can I use the restroom?
Absolutely, brother. Yeah, and get yourself another water in there and stuff, whatever you like, brother. Let's see. Everybody right there. I see you guys. See you guys right there.
You gotta move the microphone.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, man. Love right there, baby. See what he tapped in right there, man. Hey, Lito 714. Thank you for the $4.99, my dog. Rooster, what up? No one takes. Oh, they're doing their thing in there. Paper Chase gang. That's where they would always try to pronounce my name like that, dog. And I ain't gonna lie. Here we go. These motherfuckers. I done fucked up, bro. Fucking assholes. Lucky is really into himself too much.
True me.
True me. These motherfuckers. You. Hey, American Muscle. Somebody give me a membership. Come on, boss gang, get your money up. It's only $3, bro. What the hell? Jerk of me. Thank you, guys. Good interview, though, but get this guy lighten up un poco.
A bit.
A bit. No, he's good. He's just being himself. Let's pay these bills real quick. Man, I had this... I'll say that story again. Okay, hey, what's up, everybody? I appreciate everybody tapped in right here. I love you guys, my goonies, my dogs, so much love. I had a long work day today, man. And today, this is kind of like the funkiest that I've ever felt on a double up of podcasts for a night podcast since we started doing them, since I started working. I feel a little bit of just like sick and all kinds of other stuff, man. But it's all good, though, man. This is it's a great guest to be able to just feel cool and be easy, you know what I mean? And shout out to Moses right here. We're sponsored by Shockaware. Shockaware is more than streetwear. It's culture, lifestyle of individuality, and self-expression through clothes. I want you guys to go to shockaware.com. Shockaware.com. Use Hoodstocks15. Get yourself 15% off. Hey, my G's, I need you guys to go to shockaware.com because that supports us right here. Cop yourself a tee, dog. Just use the promo code, man. Hoodstocks15. Let them know. Let the owner know that, hey, you know what I mean? Their sponsorship is not going to waste right here at Hoodstocks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're also sponsored by looking for some good quality cannabis. I mean,
Killer
quality cannabis. Hip to folks at Killakush. They specialize in bringing the best quality.
Let me take it over, bro.
Yeah, you got that?
I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
Looking for some good quality cannabis? Killer quality cannabis. Hit up the folks at Killakush. They specialize in bringing you everything from OG to exotic. They got it all, baby. So hit them up at killakushcali@gmail.com, and don't forget to follow them on Instagram It's at killakush.Los Angeles, all right? Or you can hit up Drip Fits Apparel in the city of Whittier for the latest Killakush merch and the latest Hoodstocks merch, all right? They're located at 13800 Leffingwell Road, Whittier, California, so go check that out, all right? LA Peptides has all your weight loss needs. Summer's coming. Ozempic, Mounjaro, and their own proprietary pen that comes with a money-back guarantee. Tap in with Ozempic Vince to answer all your questions. His number is 714-269-1900. Ozempic Vince, shout out to you. Calling all bakers and chefs. Upgrade your kitchen with Origin Bakery and restaurant equipment, all right? Top quality ovens, mixers, and more at unbeatable prices. Perfect for your next culinary creation, all right? Visit Origin Bakery today in the city of South El Monte, or check them out online, Origin Bakery Equipment. And their phone number is 626-579-3580, all right? Are you ready to raise up and get hold on 1 second. Let me get this going right here. Shout out to D. Leo the jeweler, all right? Call him or text him right now, 323-899-0001, all right? He's got the best prices in the game, and let me tell you, he does everything from designing your jewelry to casting to finishing. And let me tell you, if you want to get something crazy, don't miss out on D. Leo the jeweler, all right? So please hit him up, 323-899-0001. All right, the piping company. Shout out to the piping company. I believe they do plumbing, piping, and service. And this is the piping company, and Lucky will talk more on this right now. But you can hit them up at 714-468-2828. And you can follow them on Instagram at the Piping Co. All right, at THEPIPINGCO on Instagram, right, to get all your plumbing, piping, service needs. All right, are you ready for man's best friends? Well, make sure you join Rottweiler Mafia, the best Rottweiler breeder in the United States. All right, the whole 50 states. Call today to place your order for a puppy. That's 424-666-9929. Hey, if you're looking for a criminal defense attorney, well, look no further. Doug Sherrod is our guy. He could be your guy too. He helps us throughout this podcast, and with anybody who ever needs a criminal defense attorney, you can hit him up at kingkonglawyer.com. That's kingkonglawyer.com. Now let's get back to the show.
These fucking idiots, bro. You fucking animals, bro. Look at you guys go. Lucky, talk about meditation techniques, bro. I know you know. Is there meditation techniques? Do you know meditation techniques?
Not really. I mean,
prayer is a form of meditation, right?
For me, I just personally just pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I love going to the mountains, It's called trail running. I'll run up, like lately I've been, you can walk it. I usually try to jog up it, and that's my form of meditation, to talk to God, or I was telling Casey earlier, or self-reflect on everything. So yeah, praying, or even by the beach. I love going by the beach and running, and being alone. So a little bit of solitude to get away from everything.
Do you have a support system right now?
As far as what? Like,
As far as like you went through a rough patch, you were living in your truck. It sounds like it was a bad breakup, and now have you got back on your feet with good people around you,
Yes.
or you know what I mean, you have a home, you have
Yeah.
maybe a new relationship.
Oh yeah, for sure. My life has gotten better by the grace of God. Especially because I struggle with alcoholism. I've experimented with a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
But alcohol, I'm the type, like how you said, I'm a glutton. I'll drink and drink and drink, But once I stop that bad habit, my life is gone. I just make better decisions, So
Yeah, alcohol. I make horrible decisions on
Yeah.
alcohol though, all the time, straight up, all the time. And I've been really, really good this year. Everybody that knows me right here, haven't I been good, guys? Huh?
He's been great.
Haven't I been good though?
Yeah.
For real, Casey?
No, yeah, for real. No, yeah, I'm not
I've been great,
bullshitting you.
huh?
Yeah, Lucky's been solid, bro.
I've been in check, huh, dog?
Well, it's not in check. It's just changing your relationship with the substance.
Have you noticed
Yeah,
it, Casey?
yeah, no, yeah.
Damn, dog. That's my dog.
Good
right
shit,
there.
bro.
Well, yeah, I got to do it for you. I got to do it for my family. I got to do it for me.
And for God, baby.
And it trickles down to everything else. But obviously, like to me to have a good running system right here too, I gotta, because I was abusing it, and it just creates fucking chaos and adversity and just unnecessary problems,
Right.
man. Let's just say that for the least, right?
Right.
Unnecessary problems, man. And my life has been
you're the captain of the ship. You don't want to crash it.
fuck, man.
Yeah.
And I've banged the bitch up a bunch of times,
Yeah.
Not severe or anything like that, because you know how the city, the streets are. Sometimes you
Yeah.
can severely damage something, and there's no coming back. I've gotten a couple little fender benders, but nothing real serious. Thank God, by the grace of God. Straight up, And I'm not a crit. I do this. I'm not Catholic, but I learned it in a Catholic church in juvenile hall, so I always do it. You know what I mean? I can be in a Jewish synagogue, I can be in a Christian church, and I still do that.
Did you hear the news of the Pope passing today?
Yeah, what's up with that, bro?
But he passed away at the age of 88. He was the first Latin American to lead the Catholic Church as a pope.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace to the Pope, man.
I mean,
I always have a bad, it's so messed up, man. And this might be a testament to how wrong I'm in my head, bro. Or maybe I'm on my second beer, you know what I mean? And the alcohol is talking already. But when he brought up the Pope passing, the first thing that came to my mind was a demented reaction of thinking well, now all those kids are safe. I hate that I thought that, but I did think that because we it seems like in the Catholic Church or in some of these churches that is happening.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm with you. That thought crossed my mind too, cause nothing towards the Catholic brothers and sisters, but I've heard a lot of bad stuff with the I don't know if they're priests or Catholic priests, but I've heard it's been on the news as well. Them touching minors, this and that, and that ain't cool.
Little fucking horny old man, bro. You know what I mean? Fucking wearing those fucking gowns. They don't got nothing underneath it. You know what I mean?
It did cross my mind though too, for sure. That's stuff that's happened. The history.
Do you think the Pope passing is going to bring in the Armageddon?
I don't think so.
Why would that bring the Armageddon?
just because it's like just a Catholic or a religious figure passing. I'm just
Yeah.
Just a question. I don't have any reasoning.
Like if it was the breaking of the new world order, or if it was just a biblical sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a biblical
like an
sign
omen or something.
saying that hey, it's gonna snow in downtown LA tomorrow now. You know what I mean? Probably not.
Yeah.
But we're still waiting for that time in history, but I don't think it's gonna ever happen. I think we're gonna keep on going until we progress into the future, spaceships, flying cars, and you see we're getting close to that, right?
Yeah.
I think the only thing that ever is gonna get close to an Armageddon or something like that is gonna be an asteroid or something like that hitting the Earth, and that's gonna create religious beliefs and. Right?
Yeah.
But it's just going to be just like, hey, man, it was a freak of nature, It's nature, It was inevitable. It was going to happen.
As they say, most cycles of Earth have happened through natural disasters. Floods, as the Noah, for the most historic one, right?
The fires.
They said this age is going to end in an earthquake. At least that's what the Aztecs have said.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The Bible is the most, it's never been disputed throughout the years. There was never any other literature that said that it was wrong.
Right.
One of the oldest books in the world, It's got basic instructions on how to live life and prosper. If humans had a manual,
Right.
Yes. That is literally what it is.
It's a manual for humans.
I think that's what it stands for. Well, that's what people say. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. The Bible.
Yeah. Oh, basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Yeah.
I like that, bro. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Did you make that up, or is that just something?
I was told.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basic instructions before leaving Earth are basic instructions while living on Earth.
Right. Right.
Bible.
Yeah.
No, that would be Bibel. Bibel. Anyway, I was changing up the letters. I love God. I just don't. You know what? I went to church yesterday.
I seen that. I seen your story. Yeah.
And I went to church, Moses. I got up early because my girl always goes to this Christian church and she takes my girls. I don't ever go. And because I got a personal relationship with God.
Right.
But for Easter,
why not?
I had to go.
Right.
For my girl and for my kids like church.
Really?
They love church. My little girls, all the girls in my house love church.
That's a blessing.
Bro, they love church. They we want to be saved. We want to, and
that's cool.
We want to give our life to God. They talk like that. I have a real little Christian community in my household, and thank God blessed me with little minds that are gravitating towards that. And it's super amazing. Right. And it trips me out when I hear them say that when they come back from church.
Right.
So I went to church. And this church is a cool church. It's a nice church. I'm not going to say what church it is because I don't want to show up there and everybody wants me to autograph their fucking shirt like this. You drop the kids off at their for their ages, right? Which is super cool, and to get one-on-one time with people that are well versed, right? Kids, young kids, they work in there. And so I went with my lady, and I fell asleep, bro. And it was the most peaceful sleep that I've had in a long time.
My bad for laughing.
No, and I'm sorry, bro, for sleeping, But I fell asleep, and it was great sleep.
It's a peaceful sleep.
It was peaceful sleep. Nothing is more soothing. I sat there, and I was listening to dude, and dude was good.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, he was good. And he had a good word, but he just put me in this trance. Like a Jesus trance, it was tranquil, bro. It was just I hadn't been in the space in a minute.
Right.
And I just fucking.
Wow.
And I knocked out, bro.
Yeah.
It gave me peace, bro. And people think I'm trying to be disrespectful when I say that, but they just don't understand that. Just me being in that
environment and atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just totally relaxed me, and I got
it's probably what your body and soul needed in a way, to.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. It's like going to the beach and taking your shoes off and putting your feet in the sand, bro.
Right. Yeah.
My soul got that, bro. And my girl didn't trip on me. You know, she wasn't like, hey, you fucking asshole,
Right.
you're sleeping. She was just like, shit. I mean,
Right.
all good. You know?
Yeah.
And I knocked the fuck out. And then I woke up and I was in a freaking great mood and my girl was happy and picked up the kids from their little classes. They were happy. They had got Bibles and they said, Daddy, we want to get saved. We want
That's
to
dope.
devote our life to Jesus Christ. And
Really?
yeah, I
Man,
swear to you, bro.
that's
I
what's
swear
up.
to you. I don't think we're not supposed to swear though, but yes, I tell you the truth, sir. And that makes me feel super happy, bro.
Especially when the kids, you know, our kids are our own, you know, or they're happy, they're, you know, yeah, it's a good feeling.
I got girls at the house, so we keep them a little bit sheltered, but you can't be too sheltered because I'm their father, you feel
Right.
me? But I don't take them like, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't take them to car shows. We went to Santa Fe Springs Swap Meet the other day for the first time. I usually don't take them in environments because I want my kids to be safe, and if anybody ever needs the business, bro, I don't want to have my kids right there.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
You know, so it's mostly just being like on my pivot, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
my head on a swivel. I don't take my kids to environments, too many environments, even though when I do, it's just all love, bro.
Right.
You hit the streets in this environment like that
Right.
in the city, you know what I mean? You can't get around it if you live in the hood. But I always get love, but I don't try to go out my way to put my kids in those environments,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You know, because I keep them a little sheltered. They're girls, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? And man, I don't want them to, you know,
Yeah,
stray, you know?
for sure.
You got kids?
I do. I do.
How old? If you don't mind me asking. 12?
14, and I got 3 little ones.
New?
No.
Oh, are they all yours?
Did I taught? Yeah, they're mine.
Damn, bro. You a sheesh. Are those Stacey Adams you got on right there? He got a little feather hat, too, that he just got hanging up over there.
Yeah.
You've been
Shout out to my kids. I love you guys. I love all you guys.
Well, if you could rate yourself as a father 1 through 10, what would you rate yourself? And I'll be honest, and I'll rate myself too.
I'm gonna keep it real, like a 7.
Okay.
Because I've made plenty of mistakes. I've started young, as a young father, like 17. I didn't really know what I was doing, you know, especially not having my parents, you know. But I had my older brother, but still, you know, I was learning as I'm going, you know. And I don't think there's such thing as being a perfect parent, you know. So
Well, when you have them that young, bro,
Right.
and you're lost, you're trying to find yourself.
right, fat,
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like a losing situation.
right,
In this, yeah, I would rate myself a 4 in overall, even though I'm a great parent now. But
Yeah.
for the kids that I failed or the kids that I just wasn't there for, you know.
yeah,
But all the kids that I had, none of them were planned. None of them was just like, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't like, you know, in an alley, you know, maybe leaned up against a garage and be like, hey, mija, you know what I mean? Like right now, I'm going to put this in you and we're going to have 2 little ones and I'm going to take care of you forever, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like, nah, those conversations never happen, you know?
right,
You know, just like, I don't want to say shit happens because when the phrase I'm going to say shit happens, no, a kid happened, fool, not shit, kid happened.
Right.
And that's real life right there, you know? And once again, if any of my kids are watching, I apologize. I'm sorry. And I mean that from the top of my heart.
Thank you.
It's one of my kids right there, bro. Straight up. Found out last week. No.
really?
No. We clown around like that. Casey, give unfunny stomps his job back. Just pull out. That's hard, bro. It's hard to pull out. It's hard to pull out. Come on, bro. I can't stop eating tacos. How the hell am I gonna pull out? Undisciplined. You think is it easier to stop eating tacos or easier to pull out? What's harder? Tacos or bop in the whoop whoop?
It's easier to stop eating tacos.
Yeah, for sure. Cause that pussy is a
That's a good
motherfucker.
question, though.
No, I mean,
It's a good
and I
question.
apologize about some of my
it's all good.
rhetoric, bro, or my words, because I know you're a Christian brother and you're doing the thing, and I don't mean no disrespect, but I just
It's all good, bro.
yeah need to. And
Bucky
so
needs to be saved.
No, I was. Well, they had an Easter. They said you can get saved today, and then they had a bunch of blown up kiddie pools. You know what I mean? In the parking lot. And so I was like, man, do I want to be in the purple pool? Do I want to be in that one? That one got a slide on it.
To get baptized?
Yeah. No, I'm just playing. It was like these miniature like jacuzzis. You can buy those small. You seen them before?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be sick though, huh? Like a little bunch of kiddie pools.
I'm sick.
Just slide into Jesus. But I take that seriously. It's kind of like a symbolic. I mean, it's a symbolic thing, and is this really this water in this blow up pool gonna change your life?
Right.
It changed your life. Is that say right?
It did.
It did. Share me that story when you got baptized.
I got baptized. Shout out to Brother Tremaine. He's a pastor. He baptized me at the beach in the sea, and it was the best day of my life.
Bro, the beach is the way to do it,
Yeah,
huh? Straight up.
I felt like how you were saying earlier, how you felt. I felt this feeling that I've never. It was just like a peaceful, like how you fell asleep, like this peaceful, like love from. I don't know. It was just so like I never felt that before in my life, and man, I'll never forget that. And I just remember I give all glory to God, man, and my life changed from there on out. Has there been challenges? Yes, of course, but for me personally, that was the best day of my life. I've never felt a feeling like that, and yeah, it was a beautiful day, beautiful moment.
And so I think the ocean is different, bro. That hits different because that's a part of God's creation.
Yeah.
Opposed to a man-made
Right.
kiddie pool with a step stool to get into. I respect the beach is the way to go. If I ever decided to get baptized, I would prefer a beach environment. And then also too, you got to trust the person that's going to baptize
Definitely.
you, right? You got to believe in the dude. You don't want some dude hey, bro, he just
Yeah. Have some form of relationship, I would say.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, with the dude baptizing you.
Yeah.
Most importantly, God, but
Yes,
you don't want anybody just.
Yeah. I think.
100%. No, I would say so too.
Yeah.
I would say so too. I felt like if I got baptized yesterday, that would have been impulsive buy,
Right.
an impulsive buy on Amazon.
Right.
I don't know the guy. My first time there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to think this out. That's an important thing.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, it's Easter, F it. You know what I mean? I'm going to do something good. I've been an asshole all week. I'm going to do something good today. I think there's got to be a little more thought behind it.
Yes, sir. I agree. So prior to when I got baptized, I started praying. I was fasting just to ask God, is this the right thing to do? Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right time? And if it all felt right, it just, I had the feeling and God, said it's time. So I definitely agree. Whenever you feel you're ready, brother, God will tell you. He'll let you know. So.
Well, Jews don't believe in Jesus Christ, or they don't believe in. They believe that an anointed one is coming.
Right.
I don't believe he's the Messiah.
They don't believe he's the Messiah. Thank you, Casey. I appreciate it. It's not that they don't believe in him. They don't believe he's the Messiah. They believe the anointed one is still to come.
Right.
And that's just, and there's so many different religions. It's wild, but I'm a cross between, obviously Jew and Christianity. And I slept at the church because I wanted to share this story with you, and I didn't do it on purpose. I just, like I said, I felt this inner peace that's so relaxed. My body sunk into the chair, and I closed my eyes, and voila, I'm asleep. When I was a kid, my mom was a part of this church called Worldwide Church of God in Pasadena, and it was almost like a Jehovah Witness cult type of thing. And I remember in elementary, and she got that religion from her this dude that she was with. She married this one dude when I was 5, 6 years old, 6 years old, something like that, and he was a part of this religion. So we started going to this church, and they were super strict, man. And then all of a sudden, my mom's all like Bible banged out. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because if you looked at the family, you would say it's a good looking family, and this family's probably like, you know, peaches and cream or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of families do that, you know. But what's going on behind closed doors is a whole different thing. And that was my family. You know what I mean? And I understood the contradiction that was in front of me at a young age, you know,
Right.
like, you know, because back then, like I'm 48, so back then, like we're talking like the 80s, right? Like people would put up these fronts, you know, of being like looking wholesome.
Right.
You feel me? Wholesome family, but really behind closed doors,
Right.
shit's fucked up,
Right,
you know.
right, for sure.
And I lived in a household like that at a certain point in my life. But we would go to church, and I always wanted to sleep in church. But my mom was just like, you know what I mean? You fall asleep, pop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get your ass up, you know, or you be in trouble, you feel me? So you just like nodding and wake up, trying to keep your eyes open because you want to get your ass whooped when you get home.
Right.
You get a beating and we get home, you know, over that shit. So I to this day, I have a personal relationship with God. I mean, are you holier than thou that don't go to church? Or holier than them that don't go to church?
Me?
Would you, yeah? Do you have to,
No.
no? I mean, does it have to be publicized? Is that?
Being baptized is pretty much is announcing to the public, you
Yes.
know, that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and He died for our sins, and by His blood, you know, we've been saved. We are saved if we have faith in Him, you know. Our sins are washed. Now, does that mean to go out and be foolish? No, but yeah. So.
Yeah, but so when you got baptized, did you feel that it really, really, like, it got you? Like, because you said, and I know you, and this is a question we already asked, bro, but you said that you felt I'm not saying exactly, but like maybe an overwhelming presence in your
Yes.
life that changed it?
Yes,
Since
for
then,
sure.
and you felt that since?
You
Or
know,
you felt it at
actually,
the time?
I don't know. By you asking, I do want to share this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So before I got baptized, because when you're asking this, it remind me of this. This is kind of weird. No, I haven't shared this with really anybody, but before I got baptized, I was praying, I was fasting and all that, you know, trying to get closer to God and just have that intimate, and strengthen our relationship, you know. But like a day prior, before I was I got baptized, I remember I got so sick, lucky, like in my stomach, like.
Were you nervous?
I don't know what it was. Like, I don't really get sick. I'm pretty healthy, thank God, you know. But I got this nasty feeling in my stomach right before. It was the day before, right? It was so bad. I had to lay down. Like, damn. I took some Pepto-Bismol, like some stuff to try to help my stomach. So I was laying there, right, and like out of nowhere, man, I felt so bad. I had to throw up, right? So I ended up throwing up, and when I threw up a gang of black. It was all black.
Devil.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I've never thrown up. I was doing okay prior, but it was weird. Like the closer I got to the baptism,
Yeah.
these changes, like small changes, started happening, and I'm never, throwing up. I'm throwing up, but not no black. It was all black.
Yeah.
It was weird. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And could have been the demons or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, man. And after that, I felt better. Like I threw it got all out of me, and I just felt better. Like, damn, that's what I needed. And then the day after, I got baptized, and it was a trip.
That's a real story.
Yeah, it was a trip.
I believe these stories because you hear these stories a lot. And sometimes you hear these stories and you don't believe them. Oh, I want to believe your story because you seem like a pretty honest guy,
Yeah.
Sometimes I sit across people and I might struggle in real time, like, this guy's full of shit or something, but you don't.
Right.
You seem like a real. You seem like you really real about what you feel and what you're saying and what you're representing, and you've been pretty consistent doing it. So I got to condemn you on that.
Appreciate that. I'm in this battle with you, brother. I'm not no better. You know,
Yeah.
I'm fighting just to live and take care of my responsibilities and help. You know, our people, the people, and people are gonna be cool with it. Some ain't. That's all right. You know?
Do you coach people with the? Do you do the online coaching too?
I do. Not so much the online, more of in person.
Okay.
I prefer, but
I like that.
I can do online though.
I like the in person thing, bro.
Yeah.
But I get it. People are online. I mean, I don't know if I'd be able to get coached online.
Right.
You know, because, you know, it's like me. It's like giving me a test and no one's there to fucking watch me take the test.
Right.
I'm gonna cheat, bro.
Right.
You know, not that I'm a cheater or I'm trying to cut every corner, but
Possibility of slacking off a little bit, maybe. Like,
there you go. There you go. Cutting corners, bro.
Cutting corners, yeah.
Yeah, cutting
for sure.
corners and being like, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna see me do this. Let me eat this.
Right.
You know, or
For sure.
yeah.
Let me not do these extra push-ups, or let me go eat like this candy bar or something. Yeah.
So when so you do the and it's a big business, man. It's a huge business.
The online coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are making good money out there, huh? Would you say?
Yeah.
No, dude, Wes Watson's making good money. He's like, you little dick motherfucker. You know what I mean? You got man titties. You know what I mean? Pay me $5,000 and I'm going to get you right. What do you think about Wes Watson, bro?
I mean, he's doing, whatever he's doing, I guess is working, or it was working.
He's a little in trouble now.
I just stay in my own lane. You know, I mind my own business, and yeah, I don't really.
Stay out the way, huh?
Yeah.
Good for you, bro. That's to say, I stay out the way too, dog.
Yeah.
That's longevity. People don't understand that longevity is staying out the way. Staying out the way. Then you get in, shake it up a little bit, then you stay out the way. Stay out the way. You know what I mean? You just get in and out, bro. But you can do a lot of staying out the way. That's been a part of my recipe. You know what I mean? And
that's probably why we're still here. You know,
Yeah.
Thank God. You know, with the social media and just in
Oh
life.
yeah,
You know.
100%, bro. I get invited to so many different things, and I'm just like, I kind of, because I've been down that road with a lot of these events, and
Same, yeah.
you know, and I know what it is.
Yeah.
Bro, you invite me to rap concerts, like I know what it is, bro. You know, I've been to a gang of them. Like we used to do them all the time, me and my homeboys, and it's just like it was always like beef and a lot of problems, bro. To be honest, to be 100%. You know, you put a bunch of gang members together and they drinking.
Yeah.
You know, come on now.
It's like,
With everybody and their mamas on their pivot. Like
Yeah.
everybody's going there with like, oh shit, who knows what's gonna happen.
Right.
And that kind of sucks.
It does.
Why are we gonna do that? Why are we gonna but it's a part of the lifestyle. It's we're thrill seekers, you know what I mean? We don't know if we're gonna make it home to our kids. Like
Right.
it's gotta be a point in time where it's like, nah, you know what I mean? So there's a point in time in my life where I really pick and choose you know what I mean, where I pull up to and then when I do it's just all love and the vibrations are right and it's always good. Thank God it's always good, bro. Because I ain't bulletproof, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can get it. You know what I mean? And you know,
For sure.
you know, but the social media world is interesting. I mean, you've made some decent money off this, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. It's just not consistent enough for me. I was talking to Casey about it earlier. It tends to be up and down. They're changing rules. They can change certain ways you post or the audiences you reach and this and that. So it's like you definitely gotta stay up to date on any of the social media platforms, you know. So it's cool. It helps a little the money, a little change.
Yeah.
I don't rely on it. Again, I do it to help. It's genuine. Like I'm not in it for the money. Cause if I was, I don't think I would really enjoy it or feel like it's my purpose.
I got you
to help. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I enjoy helping, but the money sure does help the journey.
for sure,
Yeah,
definitely.
Because if I'm not worried about money,
Right.
then I can focus on helping more. But I get your perspective in
for
the matter
sure.
as well too. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't want to let that motivate you to help.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, you gotta. You know, it's kind of like putting the horse before the carrot or something. I don't know.
Right.
And I get that, and that's commendable as well.
It's more of like when people message me saying like, hey, like I remember when I first started, a guy messaged me like, man, thank you for sharing your story or just, sharing your thoughts or this and that. It was actually, I made a video on suicide and I was pretty much saying that suicide is not worth it. I've had them thoughts as well before. And the guy said, thank you for making that video because I still have a message to this day. He said, I seen your video and I had a gun to my head. I think he said at 380 or something, at 38. And he's like, I seen your video, I took it off, so I thank you for that. And that was like one of the first messages I remember, like, damn, this is serious what I'm doing, so messages like that kind of keeps me, going and stuff.
And I appreciate you, brother, for being responsible on these platforms, bro, and
Right.
giving positivity and just helping people, bro, with information or actions. If it's health, it's gonna be just good for them overall, right? Because there's so many people that is just spreading poison, man. Not that I'm on the straight and narrow path, you know what I mean? Because me just sitting here with a beer in a red cup could potentially be a form of spreading poison to some people, right?
Right.
But to some people, it's like, hey, he's had a long day at work, man. You know what I mean? He deserves that beer, After that, he's got to go home to his kids and a nagging ass freaking wife, No, I'm just playing. My girl's not nagging. My girl's super cool, bro. What do you think about? I was gonna say something on what you were talking about, but I lost my train of thought. But I saw somebody ask this right now. Have you ever been asked to work out with like the Strength Cartel or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I work with Strength Cartel, Big Boy in particular. Shout out to Big Boy.
Yeah.
And Strength Cartel, that's good homie right there, good brother. And it was a while back. We should do some.
Did you guys do like a collab or something?
We did do a collab. It was his push-up challenge. So if you guys check that out, his I think it was a 15-day push-up challenge. We collabed. He reached out and we got together, made it happen.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
And so did that when you do collabs with someone that has a big platform like Strength Cartel, Big Boy, right? Does that help you in the back end? You know what I mean? Like, does it help?
It does. It brings more eyes, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Some of his righteous followers or the people that really, but it helps a little bit. But I think what makes us unique in our own ways, we're organic and like we got it from the ground up. I feel me, you, and no matter what, we're gonna have like real followers or brother, you know what I'm saying? Like they're always gonna come. I feel with or without the help is what I'm trying to say, because people can, I feel, relate to us, so
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
They say real people do real things, and real relatable people. I mean, we're nothing but just a reflection of our community almost, right?
Yes, sir.
And so, and I just want to thank you, brother, for coming through. I know you got to go run 10 miles right now.
Yeah.
I know we kind of just danced around different subjects, man. I wanted to catch a little vibe with you, a little conversation, man. And I think we did that, brother. You know what I mean? I just appreciate you I appreciate your energy here today, bro.
Yeah,
you got
definitely.
you got a real calm energy, and I needed that, bro.
Yeah.
I needed a calm energy. You know, what I mean, sometimes people don't realize that your energy, if it's correct, it can be good for the next person that you're with. Or
I'm gonna be honest, brother. I prayed before I came,
yeah,
in a good way, and I come with peace and love. I've been at one point in time. I used to come with the hate, the violence, and all that.
Yeah.
That ain't me no more, and I just try to move right, righteously, and I did pray, and I feel God does have a plan for you, and you're gonna do great things, brother. I know it, and just keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully we can do this again. And
I'm down to do it
You got
again,
my
brother.
support,
Appreciate you. Likewise, brother. Likewise,
you.
man. Yeah, anytime, you know what I mean, you want to, we'll talk about it. We're connected from here on out, you know what I mean? And, I like I said, I want to say it again because I came in here a little bit hot and it was just like a freaking rough day, bro, you know what I mean? And your energy was much needed, brother, you know what I mean? Like, You know, if my guest today had a chaotic energy, bro, it would have been just like a rocky one, you know. But these animals like that sometimes. But
Right.
sometimes you gotta give peace, like you gotta soothe the streets, man, with just some good vibrations.
Yeah.
And I hope we did this today for you guys, man. Hope we gave you some good vibrations, man. God does have a purpose for Lucky. Thank you, bro. Oh, that's the homie JoJo right there. JoJo, what up, dog? You know the homie JoJo from Puente? He got the. Hey, I want you guys to go to Trap Families, hosted by JoJo Godinez.
Okay, shout out to the homie. Much love.
Oh, he cool.
My bad
cool,
if I've known there's so many people out there. So much love to everybody.
This is, Shroomy Drew is sending you guys cuddles. Shroomy Drew. Boss Gang, what up? Everybody tapped in right now. Hustle the Struggle, good one. Hood Stocks, this was a good one. No calls today, guys. I got to get up at the butt crack of dawn. Bro, got to go run 10 miles. Casey, from the Invisible Desk, good vibration. Absolutely, this was good vibes, guys. Good California vibes, absolutely.
Yes,
and I think it's read across the airwaves right here. So you're gonna go run 10 miles.
I have to, yeah.
Well, so why 10 miles, and where do you go run 10 miles at? Is there a place where they're going to like, hey, how you do that, bro? How you plan 10 miles?
It's just for my conditioning and cardio for
your fight?
Training, yes, sir.
Ah.
And also because it's therapeutic.
Maybe we can come see you, bro.
That would be cool, man.
How do you fight in the name? Are you fighting in the name of Jesus?
Yes, I'm doing it for him. You know, and spreading the message.
But what if you look across and your opponent, bro, doesn't have the devil in his eyes, and he comes out and he's got a cross of Jesus on him? How are you gonna fight him, bro?
Any opponent, I don't want to kill him. So that's the way I see it.
So I mean, how do you? Because you seem like you seem like a calm dude, and you're gonna get into a ring of battle, of chaos. Why are you doing this?
For God, I want to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, if I had different intentions, I wouldn't be doing this.
Okay.
And also, you know, I want to reach the other audiences and the other avenue of fighters as well. Of course, we have like the Chicano and, you know, the low riders and the burpees, and I want to reach a different avenue and you know, see what God has planned, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. You know, I've been a fighter since I was a kid. Won and lost some, but you know.
So you fought professionally?
No, on the streets.
On the streets. Okay, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And
yeah.
I definitely want to show our people too that, you know, anything's possible if we work hard, and you know, we can use what we've learned on the streets, you know, professionally or, you know, for the better. We don't always gotta do it illegally, you know. So
they have not a new group of guys, but I think they're called the Nerds. What are they called, Casey?
Fight Nerds.
The Fight Nerds, and a lot of those dudes are like really religious dudes. You notice after their fight, they're like, yeah. And in general, there's a lot of fighters that are very, very spiritual. Like, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Like, man, you could talk about the Gypsy King, the boxer. There is a lot of dudes. The first thing they're gonna say is they're gonna thank their Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And that always blows my mind. What if you got in a ring, bro? What if in your fight, you get in the ring, bro? I mean, how do you pray on that? Like, hey, God, give me the strength to knock this dude the fuck back. You know what I mean? How do you do that right there? And say you get in there and you knock him clean out, bro. You gonna help him get up, bro? Are you gonna fucking dance around him? Or, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna boast. One thing I am reminding myself, and this is every day, just in life in general, is stay humble.
Yes.
Stay humble. Don't let the pride, don't let none of that, don't let that stuff, you know, take over in a way, you know.
Yes, the height of the moment, the hype of the moment, and make you just act out and do some ridiculous stuff.
Stay humble, stay calm. That's one thing I'm learning with training and fighting right now. Staying calm, staying relaxed, you know. So, yeah.
Well, that's good, bro. So you're gonna. So how can we support you? Can we support you in that fight? Like, well, how can everybody like tap in with you, bro, and support whatever you're doing right now?
Yeah, you can find me on all social media platforms under Cuevas Moses or Moses Cuevas. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. But my fight's May 10th it's amateur Muay Thai. You know, I started with boxing, but yeah, man, I want to get my feet wet and just, you know, get the ball rolling, you know. So I've been training hard, sparring, and I'm ready.
I think it's a great sport, man.
Yeah.
It is an amazing sport. Like, we have been entertained throughout the entire history of our existence, you know, with battle. Like,
Right.
bro,
Yeah.
we us as human beings, we love that, bro.
Yeah.
We love it. We love the chaos. We love the, you know what I mean, the nature of the sport. Two human beings, you know, amazing specimens of whatever, you know, genre they're in or whatever race they are, you know what I mean? The top tier dudes get in there and they just,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, we love that. And it's crazy the way God made us to love that,
Right.
you know, the competitiveness, to
Right.
be competitive, to,
Like
you know,
gladiators.
gladiators,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody give it up for Moses Cuevas. Thank you so much, my dog. Appreciate you, dog. Anytime.